Well, see you later. Oh, wait, we're not doing the exits.
So no.
No, we're Chris and Matt from Six Wins, but Chris is going to give his top 6 exits from movies. Like when characters just like mic dropped on somebody, something that they said, whether they were peacing out, a good last line.
Yeah, so it's just top 6 character exits in a movie. So when a character leaves the scene. So yeah, mic drop could be cool. It could be a character goodbye. Could be the death of the character. So without further ado, my 6th favorite character exit, Breakfast Club.
Don't you forget about me.
So it's the very last shot of the movie. They've had their day in detention. You know, they've become friends. John Bender leaving the school with the scene, and then you get Don't You Forget About Me playing in the speakers, and he gives the arm out. It's just a cool, iconic scene. That's why it's my number 6.
I feel everybody, even if they don't remember that scene exactly, like can just picture like an 80s like freeze frame and then the song Don't You Forget About Me, and here comes the credits. It's definitely iconic.
So good. So my 5th favorite exit scene from a movie, Independence Day.
Oh.
Hello, boys. I'm back.
Hello, boys! I'm back!
So they're fighting the aliens. President has taken it upon himself to kind of lead the charge. They're in all their fighter jets, and he runs out of missiles. They're all running out of missiles. The odds are stacked against him.
Yeah.
And who comes in? But Randy Quaid. He's got some missiles, but it's jammed. Oh no. The big mothership is about to attack with the big blue stream. So what does he do? Sacrifices himself. And the running joke through the whole movie is he had been abducted before, and the town always gave him a hard time for being kind of a wackadoo. And here he is. He's about to get him, but then his missiles jam, but then he sacrifices himself for everybody else, and rather than shooting a missile, he drives the plane up into it just at the right time, and the big beam, whatever you want to call that weapon, rather than going down and destroying the planet, it goes back up into the thing and destroys itself.
Yeah.
And I can't for the life of me remember Randy Quaid's character's name, so maybe I'll splice it in and it'll just show it right here.
When that movie came out, we were like at the right age to see it in theaters and on its release, but we were young enough that like we probably hadn't seen a lot of like sad stuff and like these like guy move like cool summer boy movies like Independence Day where Will Smith fights aliens again. you liked Men in Black. What till Will Smith fights more aliens? Although I think Independence Day came out before Men in Black. Doesn't matter. But I don't know, right? I think so.
They're both right around 96, 97.
Yeah, it gotta be. If you know, you know. Give it a Guggenheim. That's the search engine we use, right? Guggenheim.
Yeah. So that's good. Now we're gonna change gears, go into the comedy realm.
Okay.
So my number 4 favorite character exit, Half Baked.
Fuck you, fuck you, fuck you. You're cool. And fuck you, I'm out.
I would venture to guess most people, if not everyone, has worked a job they hated, or maybe the boss was riding them too hard, or they just didn't like the people they were working with, and everyone's kind of dreamed of that scenario where you're doing well outside of it, doing fine, doing something else, you built something up big enough. 6 wins, 6 wins, 6 wins, and you could just do. I would do that to my current job because I love my current job.
But the one before.
Yeah, the one before. Oh yeah, you're cool, and it's funny. I know the exact person. I would say you're cool.
Oh, nice.
F you, I'm out.
What did you? That's the dream, to be the you're cool guy.
Right.
Like if you don't get to be the guy, like as cool as it would be to finally have that moment to stand up and like you walk out and be like, yeah, I told them all. I think I'd almost rather be the guy that just gets the you're cool, be like, yeah, I made it. I was the one person. Like that's who I want to be.
Yeah.
I don't ever want to like stand up and like be bold for myself, but I want to be the guy like, oh, cool, that's that guy liked me.
You know, now it's funny. Now I'm trying to think of what my reaction would be if I was the FU guy. Someone did that. And I don't know if I would just, would you, like, after they left, would you look at another FU and be like, what did we do?
Yeah,
Or go chase the person down and be like, why FB?
It's good, but that is a very memorable and yeah, I feel often quoted or referenced scene when you're comedically referencing it to peace out with your friends.
Oh,
Yeah.
cool. So,
All right, we've got 3 left.
we got 3 left. So, my number 3 favorite character exit of all time, Truman Show.
Oh.
In case I don't see ya. Good afternoon, good evening, and good night.
He's trying to play that he doesn't know so that he can sneak off and hide from the camera. So he might have told people he's going to Fiji, but he knows I'm just trying to leave this sound stage because I know something's not right. I know I'm not in the real world. So he knows he's not going to get to Fiji at least.
So he's on this boat, and the guy who's operating the whole thing,
Yeah.
Christoph, Christoph, starts sending crazy storms at him and trying to kill him, basically, or at least trying to scare him back into going away. And Truman won't stop. He keeps going, and then boat rams into the big wall.
Yeah.
The world, as he knows it, that's the end of it.
Yeah.
So,
I got the Frisians right there actually.
yeah.
And that from how you phrase that.
Yeah, so he puts his hand up against the wall, very sad,
Yeah.
and he sees that staircase going up to the door that leads out of it. Does he want to go back? And then Christoph's come back to the world I built for yourself.
This is safe. This is all for you. You're secure here. The world out there is scary. It'll rip you apart, tear you apart. Yeah.
Yeah, and then he climbs up the stairs and then does his classic line that he says every morning to the neighbor, in case I don't see you. Good afternoon, good evening, good night. And he gives the bow for the performance. Now that he knows what's going on.
And I didn't expect such a serious one on a list because, yeah, my first I was comedy for all these.
My second favorite character exit of all time, Waiting.
Oh, shit! The goat! The goat, you bastard! Oh!
Fucking faggots.
Bitch, the new guy. They don't let him talk the whole movie.
Yeah.
That kind of becomes a running joke where he tries to talk and they cut him off. And he's like, oh, you're the new guy, you know. And I feel again, a lot of people who had that first day in the job or first week on the job, you don't get taken that seriously. You're kind of getting used to your surroundings. And so then by the end of the movie, they're at this party. If you've ever worked in a restaurant, a lot of times the shift ends at someone's house at a party. And he gets cut off again. And then he just gets fed up, and then he just rips on everyone.
Change your fucking tampon and have another drink, you crazy fucking bitch. Fuck you, Monty.
Man, what the fuck did I do to you, man?
And then when I look back at Mitch, he's giving him the go.
Yeah.
You haven't seen the movie, I'll spare you. But
Games.
yeah, so he basically just drops a bomb, mic drops, that's the best way to put it. Everyone in the restaurant, and
about the Dane Cook one.
and Ryan Reynolds, Monty, he's like, that was the shit!
Yeah.
And then he goes and chases him down. So he does exit, but Ryan Reynolds chases him down, and he tells Justin Long that he's been replaced.
Yeah.
And they just keep going on very much.
Oh my God, that's such a funny movie, and it's a funny movie throughout. But that scene almost it's such a great end. You kind of don't know really how it's gonna wrap up. You think oh, it's gonna have the happy ending. Justin Long does take a new job and quits the restaurant. Or he does end up quitting the restaurant anyway. But you're well, this will just wrap up kind of nice and he'll have this girlfriend. But you're not ready for that last big just punch of comedy there. It just knocks it out.
It's so awesome.
Yeah.
And just one more thing about that movie. I don't want to say it's underrated because I know it's pretty highly regarded, but I just feel like it should be up there. One of the greatest comedies of all time. Just the pacing of the movie is so well done. When the restaurant's slow, you can feel it in just the camera work and just the slow kind of edits. But then when the action picks up, it's rush hour, then it's kind of more quick cuts and the camera's moving around faster, and man, it's just really
Yeah, there's a lot of cool. Yeah, there's definitely some really cool I mean, it's been a while since I've seen it, but I feel like a lot of cool cinematic techniques. I feel like the opening scene is like one kind of pretty long shot, like a good like 4 to 5 minute of them like going around. You see the hostess, you're following one of the servers, you see the cooks, and it all follows like one long shot and leads through. I feel like, yeah, it did things way better than you thought it would for a comedy about working in a restaurant starring Ryan Reynolds.
Right.
But we now need your number one best character exit in a movie.
The best character exit in a movie, Terminator 2. He tells him, nope, there's one thing that needs to be done. There's one more thing we have to terminate, and that's me. And he's like, I can't self-terminate.
I know now why you cry. But it's something I can never do.
Which I'll give, that's kind of weird. Like, why can't you were programmed not to be able to kill yourself? Like, what the fuck? And he's like lowering down. It's very sad because this machine and this boy and woman have developed like a real genuine connection. Like, I love when stuff like that happens in movies.
Yeah.
But he gets lowered down, and then as he's like lowering down, he gives like the last thumbs up, which is really cool. It's like an homage to the kid, to the relationship he's built with John Connor, who's kind of a rough around the edges kid. Teaches him to be more human. So his last thing is being more human, which super cool. One of my favorite movies of all time. But yeah, for me, as a comedy guy even, that to me is the greatest character exit. No comedy in that, but greatest character exit of all.
Nice list. Some that I didn't even think of, and I mean, most of them I didn't think of because I didn't know this list was coming. I wasn't ready for it. But a lot of great ones. I love them all. They're all top choices. But I'm sure there are a lot of other choices in movies that we have seen or movies that we haven't seen. So we want to know what character exits are just like the most iconic to you. Let us know in the comments. We'd love to check them out and get the frisson.